Well, the White House Farm Foundation was created to be an environmental education organization where we would reach out to different groups of people and try and help them understand good environmental practices. We wrapped up a lot of things to tell a story of the land here, not just the natural story of the land, but also the history of the land and the people who used the land over the centuries, if not millennia.
So we have 7 miles of hiking trails. We have 35 interpretive signs. The interpretive signs showcase the natural features of the property and then also the historic features too. There's a really rich history about the land that is now Leopold's.
What in general a wetlands complex like sitting behind me does is it allows pollutants to be filtered. It allows water to slow. And so by the time it enters North Fork, this landmass here in this wetlands complex has really slowed down the march of that water. And then on top of that, it provides, habitat for plants and animals to thrive. Birds that you would not normally see here, like soras.
Leopold's is a really good example of having lots of nice biodiversity that was already kind of here in a lot of ways.
The birder's dream to have you go to one place and be able to visit all these habitats in a morning walking. So lots of birders from Fairfax, from all over Prince William County, from really all over Northern Virginia come here to look at the birds. It's over 170 species that have been recorded, 170 species.
Right in kind of the depression where the tree has pulled up a lot of dirt, there's this great little vernal pool. And in the spring, it's just absolutely full of wood frogs and frog eggs, and it's just this really quiet spot where you can sit and just watch all these frogs hang out.
The efforts that they've put into it have really been tremendous. All the bridges and walkways, seeing all the wild animals, being able to see the beavers, and for the first time this year I saw river otter, which was really cool. And then over here we had swans for the first time that I've ever seen. I've never seen swans here before, and so having this walkway here allows people to go and see things that maybe they wouldn't be able to see.
Well, one really cool thing Leopold's has that is kind of a prize is purple milkweed, and that's fun just because it's beautiful. And Leopold's is one of the only places I know that has it.
And so we really have a strong commitment to trying to help preserve the natural environment. And so Leopold's Preserve is perfect for that.
What makes Leopold's Preserve a really unique educational resource is the mix of habitats. That you have these wetlands that you see behind me, you have the riparian areas, you have the wetland forest, you have the upland seepage swamp, you have early successional forest, you have broadleaf forest.
Part of my responsibility is to go in and remove all the non-native species and then trying to restore it back to what would be a native habitat. I do have a very good group of volunteers that come in, and so the volunteers come in usually on a Friday, and so this is one of the projects that we're doing.
And so I think that's something that we've really been improving on, is getting a lot of good volunteers out here who are really committed to taking care of Leopold's, who really have a strong sense of stewardship and want to come and help out with some of these tasks that can't just be done with 1 or 2 people.
We've worked with Leopold's on a couple things. We burned one of their fields with them, which was really fun. We've met a couple times to talk about seed mixes and just talk about the species that they have here, to talk about invasive species control, kind of all of the little pieces that come together to restore native habitat.
The biggest accomplishment was planting the 15 native trees that we planted, which would have been last spring. And I think all of them survived except maybe 2 or 3 of them. So that was a huge deal for us. We volunteered with the Halloween Safari, that's BRMC and Leopold's put together. We've actually donated 2 benches. One bench was under our Women's Club, another bench was donated through one of our members of the Women's Club. These are recycled benches that people can enjoy to sit on. So I run out of ideas. We're here a lot.
It's the kind of work that you can just feel good about, waking up and starting each day.
Encouraged to learn more about what we've done here, why we're doing what we do here, and articulating that to the broader masses so that more people can go, oh, Wow, okay, that's an interesting concept.